Welcome back. As you know, in the last 2 days, there have been a couple of competitions running at Hack in the Box at the ComSec exhibition area, and we'd like to announce the winners for these competitions. The first one would be the Security in Machine Learning Challenge. It started early yesterday morning, and if you might have noticed, it was going on at the Hack in the Box booth where submissions were being received for the Security in Machine Learning Challenge. The winner of the challenge will receive an NVIDIA Jetson TX2. So we're very excited to have the organizers share with us about some of the submissions they've received yesterday and today, and also to announce the winner. So please join me to welcome Clarence Cho and Anto Joseph, who worked with Dylan to come up with this challenge. They will talk about the challenge further on stage. Join me to welcome them.
Hi.
Hello?
Hey guys. So if you guys have been following Dylan on Facebook or Twitter, you realize that he's been posting about AI probably every hour.
Yeah, close to that, yeah.
1 hour is an understatement, right?
Yeah. So we're really glad to be here. We had a workshop yesterday on using machine learning in InfoSec, and received pretty good feedback. And so Dylan somehow managed to get these NVIDIA Jetson TX2 devices.
Yeah, so basically, for those of you who are not familiar, like NVIDIA makes graphics cards, right? And so those graphics cards can also they're really good at math, so they're really useful for building neural networks and training them. And the Jetson NVIDIA device, the TX1 came out, I think, like, 2 years ago, something like that? Yeah. So it's like an embedded platform that you can use to do 3D graphics and AI stuff. And the TX2 just got launched. You can buy it now, but it's not even shipping. So I wrote to NVIDIA and said, hey, dudes, like, we've got this machine learning lab that we're doing at Hack in the Box in Amsterdam, and we thought, hey, it'd be quite nice if we could have a challenge alongside that and award the winners a TX2, because it's pretty cool. I would like to have one.
Yeah. So we had basically 2 challenges. One was the network challenge. We had to figure out if the traffic is genuine traffic or if there is malicious traffic. And since we are in a security conference, we had a lot of malicious traffic.
Yeah, too much.
So and the other challenge was malware classification, where you would figure out if the executables are malicious or not malicious. And one of the teams did something similar, and we are here to.
Yeah, so before we announce the winner, there's an honor roll mention. So we received quite a few submissions that were interesting. So we won't mention them all, but Matthew Joyce, who I think currently is already on a flight back home, he did something interesting with the Twitter API using machine learning to classify bot accounts, and he was actually pretty successful at it. So let's give a hand for Matthew Joyce. But the winning team, if we can have some kind of drum roll.
Drum roll, please. All right.
Okay. The winning team is a group. It's Nico and Matteo from Zimperium.
Yeah. Ninjas, yeah. Come on, guys.
So, Nico, maybe you'd like to explain a little bit what you guys did?
No, yeah, you have to. Come on. Tell us what you did. Tell us what you did.
I work for a security company called Imperium. We make mobile security. So we have a very big database of APKs that we have labeled as malware or non-malware. And what we did was to extract all the permissions of the APK and run a random forest to classify as malware or non-malware.
Cool.
Cool.
So their machine learning model could tell apart if it's a genuine APK or a malicious APK, which is an Android application file. And we did test it out, and it turned out to be pretty good. So good job at her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Congratulations to the Zimperium folks. Thank you very much. And thank you also to the team who had organized the challenge this year. Moving on, of course, as you know, Capture the Flag Challenge has been going on for the last 2 days as well. A record count of 23 teams in participation this year. Please, we would love to invite the organizer as well as the sponsor up on stage to talk about the challenge this year. We have Perzik as the team lead for the Capture the Flag competition. Woo! Barry from our main sponsor for Capture the Flag Challenge. From S Unit, Barry, thank you. And also let's welcome our CTF prize sponsor this year from Dark Matter.
First of all, I want to thank the whole team of the CTF who did a fantastic way to bring 23 challenges who are awesome. I think everybody played in a very good way their challenges. We as the S unit, we want to sponsor these kind of initiatives because I think it's important to have more offensive people on the world who are able to break these kind of challenges and create a safer world. So thank you very much and see you next year. Thank you.
All right. So, well, like Amy and Fish already said, there were teams and there were challenges. This year, we were supposed to have 24 challenges. One accidentally broke, so we only had 23 challenges, which makes for a total of 5,600 points in the game. To solve the challenges, we had originally 24 teams. 2 had to cancel, but also 2 showed up last minute to fill their place. So we actually did have all 24 teams on the arena. Nice. From these 24 teams, only 11 were Dutch. That means I think this is the first time that the CTF majority was actually flown in from around the world to be here in Amsterdam. And I think that is really, really awesome. This year was extra special and extra exciting because the last 2 years, there was a team that consistently won everything. And this was their chance for a hat trick. And it was very, very close, tiebreaker close, to see if they won. So, 5,600 points in the game, 23 challenges, 3 challenges completely unsolved by any team. And the 3rd place in this competition goes to a team from Taiwan. I'd like to invite them here on the stage. -2. No. If she wants. Oh. Okay.
No, I mean, just very quickly, I would like to thank Dylan and Hack in the Box to actually give us this opportunity to sponsor the prize for Capture the Flag. It's our pleasure, thank you. And very well done for the winners.
So I already kind of broke the suspense, I'm sorry. But for the 3rd place, with a prize of $500 US, I'd like to invite on the stage from Taiwan, team -217.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to the 3rd place team.
Then, like I said, there was a tiebreaker. And in the event of tiebreakers, the first team to submit the final score is the one who will win. This year, out of a total of 5,600 points, the winners both had 3,900 points, which means they solved over half of all the challenges. And in 2nd place, with a prize of $1,000, US dollars, and sadly not a hat trick, Stratum Auhur from Germany. Give him a big applause. Thank you. That leaves us with the first place team. Obviously, also 3,900 points, but placing their final flag a mere 25 minutes before Stratum Auhur, we have, with a prize of 1,500 US dollars and a paid-for ticket towards Singapore, the CTF, I would like to invite onto stage from Germany, Kit CTF. Give them some applause. Thank you very much. So, to all the teams who did not win, we also like to thank you very much for coming, and we hope to see you again next year.
One more thing, Dark Matter would like to present a prize for the first team that solved the SHA-1 collision challenge that was part of the CTF. So I would like to invite Cheek from the -217 team to get his prize on stage.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and we'd like to also take this opportunity to thank the entire Capture the Flag organizing crew. It's not an easy job organizing a challenge like this every year, fresh, new, and so again, hats off and thank you to the organizing committee, the team, as well as the sponsors, SUNIT, and the gift sponsors, Dark Matter. Thank you. And of course, as always, we will wrap up the year's conference with a closing note from Dylan. So join me to welcome him on stage. Founder of Hack in the Box, everyone.
So yeah, okay, so it's not a closing keynote, it's like an off note. But yeah, before that, I'd like to invite up the core crew guys. So can I please get Mr. Yuri van der Zwart up on stage, please? Yuri. And also Mr. Steg. These guys are the guys who pretty much run most of the show. So Yuri takes care of all the exhibition stuff, and so all of the things that you see in the Winter Garden, all the awesomeness that has been hacked away for the last 2 days is pretty much on him. And Jung takes care of the team lead. So he's team lead 2.0 for the Dutch team. And so all of the other crew and volunteers and stuff, what's going on? Something's going on. Mic check, mic check. Yeah, we're good? All right, so cool. And so yeah, so Jung takes care of the crew and of all the volunteers, and he heads up the team.
Yeah, but as Dylan mentioned, I don't do it alone. We have a team this year of about 70 volunteers, which I would like to thank for the conference. Everything you see was based upon their work. So yeah, join me in thanking them. And next to that, this year we had about 70 speakers giving us awesome presentations and training. So yeah, I would like to thank them as well. Please join me.
so setting up a exhibition is a quite bit difficult without having any of our awesome sponsors who make it possible for us to have this great event here. There are a lot next to the paid conference, which we always run, of course. There's a lot of extra content and a lot of extra stuff which just would not have been possible without these awesome guys. And I'm not going to name all of them because that's a really long list, but I do want to thank all of them very, very much for participating, and I hope to see all of you and maybe even some new guys next year. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate that. So before we wrap up, we usually talk about what's going to be happening over the next couple of months. So there's Singapore, which is the next upcoming event for Hack in the Box. So for those of you who have not heard of HITB GSAC, I guess most of you know about it. It's like a slightly different event to what we do here in Amsterdam. So it's a single-track conference, and you get to decide who speaks. So we don't actually have our CFP panel pick. The audience gets to vote. And in return for that, you actually get to meet the speakers and hang out with them and chill out with them. So it's a little bit more intimate, but it's kind of like a value add that you're not going to find anywhere else, really. So GSAC Singapore, August 21st to 25th. Call for papers is actually still open, and it's open till the end of this month. So who knows, right? You guys could submit a paper, people will vote for you, and then, yeah, you'll be hanging out with us, right? So that's pretty awesome. Keynote speakers for the event, Mark Curfey, George Kurtz, and Kelly Lam. They are all confirmed already, so we've got some really nice keynote speakers. I've taken a brief look at some of the papers that are coming in, and competition is going to be quite stiff. I think for SecConf this year in Amsterdam, we had like 250-something papers for 30-something slots. And for GSAC, we're already at about 60 plus, and we only have 20-something slots. So yeah, it's getting there. And so yeah, call for papers for Amsterdam, right? So everybody wants to know dates for Amsterdam next year, April 9th to the 13th. So same time. Apologies that we had to do it a bit too close to Easter this year, but it's Amsterdam. There's not that many large venues or hotels that are available during that time period. So too bad we had to put it during this time. But we checked, and Easter next year is April 1st. So it should be fine. And it's not an April Fool's joke. It really is April 1st. So we're Amsterdam next year, April 9th to the 13th. If you guys want to take down these dates, call for papers. We'll open it probably October, November, somewhere around then of this year. And we have one last thing that we plan to do next year. So something a little bit new and a little bit different. And because we like giving ourselves challenges that seem kind of insane, we have decided that we shall bring the entire Hack in the Box Security Conference in all its glory with the Capture the Flag, with like all of the side tracks, 4 tracks, and the labs, and the ComSec stuff, and everything else that you see with it, basically, to China.
You've just experienced,
everything
basically.
that you just experienced here to China. I'm sure you've noticed that over the last year, and even this year as well, we've noticed quite a lot of uptick in the research that's coming out of China. Chinese researchers that are coming over to Europe. And the sheer number of really smart people, it's growing like almost every single day. You see new papers coming out. So we think the timing is right for us to bring like a full-fledged international Hack in the Box security conference over to China. And so we're going to do that next year in October. And you guys can mark the calendars down. Call for papers is going to be by invitation only, so you can bribe one of these guys to invite you, maybe. But we'll be announcing more stuff and more details about this probably in Singapore. But it's going to be fun, man. China, it's going to be awesome, man. It's big. It's going to be huge. But yeah, so other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget about the awesome party that we have lined up this evening.
I want to say one thing about the after party, because I've gotten a lot of questions about speakers who are getting these wristbands from me or from Amy or from whoever from the crew. Should you bring them to the party? Yes, they are the actual invite to the party. What you do is you put them on your wrist with the light facing away from you, and you pull out the thing and you walk to the party venue. That's it. That's all you have to do. And yeah, we have 2 awesome DJs, and it's going to be epic, I think. For people who don't have this invite, the party is open from 9 to, I think, about 2 or 3, depending on how wasted everybody will get. So everybody can join us for the party as long as there's space. That's the only thing.
And there's lots and lots and lots to drink.
Yeah.
So much drink.
You cannot compete.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
See you guys.